If you guys come across my channel, there's only like one reason why you're here. It's because you care about me, right? Right? That's gotta be the reason why. Not because you want to watch 2 videos of me sucking at Marvel Rivals. Which, by the way, guys, are we looking at the drama that's going on in the fucking rival scene right now? Jesus Christ, dude. Black Widow mains, you would already think that they had a really bad reputation, but now, brother, that is in the gutter. They're in the gutter, man. I saw that Kingsman made like, I don't know how much money, but he's made a shit ton of money since losing the tournament, you know what I mean? Which he was wanting to do it since I guess since he got back. But yeah, as I said, if you guys know me, you're usually here to understand who I am, what I'm talking about. And if not, you just might have stumbled across the video and just wanted to see me what I am about. And because of that, we're gonna be ranking stuff. We're ranking the best years in the 2000s, seeing where it's going, seeing what's not, seeing what's lit and what's really not. For the years that I wasn't born in, I'm just gonna be ranking them in F tier. So yeah. 2004, guys, that's the year of me. Okay, enough said. And pass it on to 2005. 2005 to me it feels very filler. Like, if you're talking about 2005, you need to include 2004 or 2006. I don't hear a lot of things when it comes to 2005, especially like in the world, you know, what happened in 2005. Let's actually look at that right now. What happened in damn, YouTube was launched, Hurricane Katrina, yo, the Pope died, fuck. I'm not gonna lie, bro, I might be tripping, man. The 360 was launched, yo. I'm not gonna lie, 2005. I think that's a B tier, man, because it's so, like, you know what I mean, like, notable. That's where everything started. Okay, let's do 2006.
How you doing, young lady?
Let's do 2006. What came out in 2006? That's like really crazy. That's like the notable standouts. The Lebanon War took place. Okay. Starting off at a bad start. The World Cup, okay, that was the Zidane did the fucking headbutt shit. Oh yeah, and then Pluto becomes a dwarf planet. I remember that. Seems like nothing super crazy, just a bunch of civil wars. Okay, let's see some movies. Pirates of the Caribbean, that was pretty fire. The Da Vinci Code, my mom bought this. I don't think she ever like finished it, but I remember she bought that one. Ice Age 2, never watched any of the Ice Ages actually. Children of Men, never seen it. The Departed, never seen it. Lives of Others, never seen it. Pam's Labyrinth, I need to see that. Oh, High School Musical came out this year. I'm not seeing anything super crazy, honestly. Yeah, this is a very war-filled year. We're gonna put this in C. No, yeah, we're gonna put this in D tier. 2007. What happened in 2007? Hurricane Noel kills 223. Oh, the iPhone came out. Okay, cool, dude. The 2000s were fucking crazy, man. Holy shit. Just hella wars. Okay, Pirates of the Caribbean, I've never seen. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Which one's this one? Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 is goated. I like that one. High School Musical 2, goated. Yeah, mid-year. We'll give that 2007. We'll probably put it right down there with 2006. What happened in 2008? Big Barry, right? Big Barry came into office. Oh, and the economy crashed. Jesus Christ, why were there terrorist attacks every 5 minutes or every year? Jesus Christ. Summer Olympics, dude. Okay, this one in China, this one was goated. I'm not gonna lie. I remember motherfuckers were watching the commencement ceremony and thinking that the world was gonna end, dude. That shit was crazy, dude. Like, look at this, dude. The framing of this, they're like perfectly in sync. Look, if we put the speed, can we make it faster? What are we doing, guys? Wait, did they cancel playback speed? What? Oh, dude, we had some banger games. We had some banger stuff right here in terms of culture. Dark Knight, fucking goated. Indiana Jones, never watched it. Kung Fu Panda, never watched it, but I can understand their influence. You know what I mean? You gotta understand that.
Viva la vida.
That one's a fucking banger. Super Smash, great, fucking amazing. I've had some of my best times in life playing Smash. Oh my god, Anonymous starts in 2008? Dude, that's so crazy. Iron Man comes out. Yo, this is a banger. This is a banger year, man, in terms of culture, man. Yeah, that's getting a B tier, man. This is a great year in terms of culture. But oh shit. Okay, we'll keep it at C. I hate this system, dude. Can we is there a way to like change the system, man? Because I don't like using this like fucking button shit. In 2009, we got Obama officially being inaugurated. Michael Jackson dies. Damn. Lots of civil wars, like always. Highest blood. Oh, Avatar came out this year. Never seen it. This is a really bad movie. I'm gonna be so honest with you. This was so bad. Ice Age. Again, never seen it. Dude, what was what was the peak of Ice Age, bro? Like, everybody had an Ice Age movies growing up. Like, why? Analog television ends in the United States as part of the digital television transition. Dude, I think there's a video.
Here it comes. It's gonna go black. Or at least it should.
Dude, that's so crazy. Yeah, man, a lot more terrorist attacks, man. Jesus Christ. Hell, like, just something about terrorist attacks, like, in the early 2000s. Or not even the early 2000s, in the 2000s in general. We're gonna have to put 2009 in E tier. Wait. Movies. What came out in 2009 that was a movie? Oh, man, this was a terrible year. Oh, I think this was in the middle of the writing thing, right? Okay, what about video games? Let's see what came out. Ooh, we've got some bangers. We've got Modern Warfare 2, banger. We've got Street Fighter 4, banger. We've got Minecraft. Minecraft came out in 2009. That's a banger. We've got Metroid Prime, Arkham Asylum. Yo, we were getting banger games. Holy. Assassin's Creed 2, that's arguably one of the best Assassin's Creed games ever. Not really seeing anything else though, just kind of getting... Oh, Demon Souls! Demon Souls came out. That was a banger. I had that game. It was pretty mid. This was a mid-year. We're gonna put 2009 in C tier. Just because I feel like it's you know what I mean? It's just going on the same kind of things. 2010 is whenever I fully became like conscious of like things going on, right? So let's see 2010 video games, and then we'll go to movies. In 2010, Super Mario Galaxy 2 was out. I've heard that one's a great game. I've heard that one. Mass Effect 2, I've heard that one was good. Red Dead, one of the best games ever was made. God of War 3, I've heard that one is a banger. Ooh, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Now that one, again, arguably one of the greatest Assassin's Creed games ever. Limbo as well, one of the greatest indie games ever made. Well, it was made by Microsoft Studios, actually. I don't know if I could call it indie game. Top grossing movies were Toy Story 3. That one was a banger. That was a great movie. Oh, shoot. Diary of a Wimpy Kid came out this year? That was a banger year then. Oh, shit. The Perfect Game? Yo, what do y'all know about this? This is such a fucking niche movie. Oh, my God. That's such a niche immigrant movie, man. Y'all gotta watch that if y'all ever get the time. Freakonomics, the movie. The Karate Kid. Oh, this is the one with Jaden Smith. Yo! Scott Pilgrim. I was just about to say, that's literally what I was thinking. I was like, dude, didn't Scott Pilgrim came out in 2010? Dude, that's a great movie. What? Oh my God, Machete, bro. Oh my God. What do y'all know about Machete? Dude, my first ever time in a movie theater was to watch Machete in fucking theaters, bro. That is so crazy. This is a banger year. Literally, this is a banger year. For 2010, we're gonna put 2010 in A tier. That is a banger year. So 2011. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now before we start. Right after this is when it becomes like filler. And like 2011 to like 2014 to me is just filler. Like, I don't remember anything that happened in those years, if I'm being so honest with you guys. Okay, Occupy Wall Street, Minecraft. This was probably around the same time that I started playing Minecraft for the first time. Oh my God, Osama bin Laden. Y'all saw that shit whenever John Cena was there? That's when I saw it. Dude, this is so crazy. Like, you just had to be there. Like, honestly, I remember watching this as a kid. Like, this was one of the only pay-per-views that we bought.
We have caught and
compromise to a permanent end. Osama bin Laden, dude. What the fuck? Dude, imagine being in the arena when he said this. I would have been like, what? No way. Yo. Let's look at movies. Okay, this was a really bad year for movies. Okay, what about TV? What about Breaking Bad? Breaking Bad was around this time. This is when it was like wrapping up. What about video games. Oh, the 3DS came out. Dude, what? Dude, I remember whenever I got my first 3DS, man, I was so fucking happy, man. Ocarina of Time, which is the greatest game of all time, literally. Super Mario 3D Land, I fear, is one of the beginning of the end kind of games. After Super Mario 3D Land, this was just the point where Nintendo was just really going all in on the don't make the game harder than what it is kind of thing. And I think that's where, you know, that just kind of fails like the whole point of Mario, you know what I mean? Because Mario, it's a platformer game. It's supposed to, like, I guess, you know, challenge you in a certain way. And if you're sitting there and you just feel like you don't necessarily need to win the game or need to, you know, just do a little bit extra to, like, you know, win the game, then I don't think that's the game that we need to be playing right now, or I don't think that's a super polished product. So I didn't really like Super Mario 3D Land. I have it on my 3DS right now. I just didn't really necessarily enjoy it as much. And with this being a new modern age, I kind of want to look at aesthetics before I really make a real like judgment about things. Because when I think of 2012 or 2011, I think of like this. This is exactly what I think of. I think of this. Like, this outfit right here is actually like so 2011. This isn't 2011 at all. I don't know where they're getting like this from, but that's not very 2011 when I think. I think this when I think of 2011, like the fucking shades. That is like so like coded, you know? And I hate that like nowadays younger people or not younger people. Well, I guess people who didn't really necessarily live through these 2011 ages, like this fucking blue what the fuck is this called? BlackBerry, the BlackBerry phones, that is so fucking 2011 coded. Like that is 2011 for a fucking fact. These big ass fucking military fucking boots, this shit, yeah, for sure. 2011, I'll probably give 2011, I'm gonna give it a B tier, honestly. I think it's a good year to begin, especially with the couple of years after there being a bunch of like micro trends that'll affect the rest of the decade. And then 2012, the year we were all supposed to fucking die, man. So crazy to think about, man. Oh man, there's a lot of crazy stuff that happened, man. Sandy Hook happened. Oh, the Olympics, dude. I feel like the 2012 Olympics, like the ones in London, is just such like a, I don't know what, but whenever I think Olympics in summer, I think London, like automatically. I don't know what was it about it, but it just had aura. I like automatically think the Olympics in London and the Olympics in Brazil. Like those are the ones that I associate the most with the Olympics. Black Ops 2, arguably the greatest Call of Duty game of all time. Oh my god. Oh, dude. The Walking Dead came out this year. If y'all know me, y'all know my history with The Walking Dead as a game. Y'all know I love The Walking Dead. That is such a great video game.
Bitch! Damn! One more time, just to make sure.
Let me go.
Shit, you ain't gotta tell me twice.
I was going to help both.
But you helped me first.
Yeah.
Because you're fine.
And I don't
Well,
give a
pussy,
shit about
do
what
something.
happens to you. But
Do
if
something.
anything happens to my daughter, the little girl you've got with you,
Right now.
you watch
Ah,
your
knock your
ass.
bitch right out. Right now.
That, like, you know, you can say what you want about the sequels and blah, 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 whatever. It doesn't matter. Because guess what? The Walking Dead was one of the greatest fucking games that ever came out. Especially, you know, it just the storytelling and everything was just so amazing. Like, you couldn't deny its greatness. The Avengers came out, bro. The Avengers was a fucking movie, bro. I had this shit on DVD, bro. Trust. This shit was fire. The Dark Knight Rises, again, it wasn't better than The Dark Knight or even like close to it, but it was a really good movie regardless. Hunger Games was great. Actually, I can't even say that. I've never seen The Hunger Games. The Amazing Spider-Man, dude, that was like a pivotal point in my life, dude. There's one time I was in Mexico when The Amazing Spider-Man came out. I really wanted to go see it in theaters. My parents, they didn't want me to go, but I was like, dude, I want to see this movie so bad. But we were in Mexico at the time, and you know, they have theaters down there, but I just didn't think, I don't think they knew that. And on top of that, it's like I'm a little kid, and they had like business to do when they were in Mexico. It wasn't like we were just there to have fun or whatnot. So we never got to go see it. And to this day, I've never seen the entirety of The Amazing Spider-Man. But I was supposed to, because before I left, we went to the city and I bought a pirated DVD of The Amazing Spider-Man. And as I'm gonna go home that day, right? As I'm gonna go home that day, I lose it and I don't know where it's at. Like I'm tweaking out because I'm like, dude, where the fuck is The Amazing Spider-Man? Like I'm like, bro, fuck. I get so upset, dude, because I'm like, dude, I wanted to watch that movie so bad, dude. I really, 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 really wanted to. But you know, shit happens. You never get to see the movie, and it's okay. You gotta move on from it. At this point, I'm starting to listen to music. I'm starting to really enjoy it So I'm like, let's look at some good songs. Somebody that I used to know is a great song. Call Me Maybe. Starships, We Found Love. One Direction came out, bro. Adele, dude, Adele was on a historic run in 2012, bro. You had Drake coming out with Take Care, Justin Bieber's old like Bad Boy era. Dude, this shit was a great year. This is a great year for just like media, culture. Like, dude, this is awesome. For 2012, I'm gonna give it an S tier. In 2013, Pope Francis is elected, dude. Oh my god, the Xbox One is released, dude, and it becomes one of the fucking worst consoles ever. And then Frozen is released as well. Frozen is one of those movies where I saw so many fucking times. I've seen Frozen like I don't know how many times, but I remember watching that movie so much as a kid. I don't know why. We got The Hunger Games, Iron Man 3. This was an interesting, I wouldn't say it's the best Iron Man movie, but it was I think it was a good ending. Man of Steel, I never watched this movie just because it just looked so ugly. This was one of those movies that just looked so ugly to me as a kid that I just didn't care to watch it. Like Superman, I'd always liked Superman. I had Superman Returns for the original Xbox. That was one of my favorite fucking games to play. I'd watch the original like Supermans like whenever they'd run on TVs, they do like marathons and shit like that, but I never really cared for Man of Steel. I just thought it looked so ugly for me to want to watch it. Gravity is one of those movies where I remember like me and my mom really wanted to see this movie, and it was one of the times where me and my mom like hung out for the first time, I think, because we went to watch this movie. And I think we both liked it. I'm not too sure. I can't remember what exactly happened. Those are times that like I remember in my childhood. I'm like, oh yeah, me and my mom, we went to watch like Gravity. I think that like really like encompasses like some of like my early, I guess, childhood, like I guess feelings about like media and things like that. That's when I really started to look at it through like a really like critical point of view. And Candy Crush, World of Warcraft, and fucking GTA, man. GTA was the fucking game to have, man. If you didn't have GTA, man, you weren't doing schnish. Like, what were you doing if you didn't have GTA? That was one of those games where you just needed to have, bro. Like, if you didn't have GTA, like, bro, it didn't matter if it was on the 360, PS3. Again, it didn't matter if it was next gen or old gen, you had to have that game. That game was so phenomenal. You needed to have it. Pokemon X and Y, again, one of those games where like it's important in a way where it's like it's a culturally divisive point in the Pokemon like franchise, just because after this point it doesn't introduce Mega Evolutions, but it expands on Mega Evolutions. Oh, Last of Us came out. Wind Waker HD came out. That's a really great game. I think this point I felt like music was just a little bit weird in this era. Like Thrift Shop was one of those songs where I couldn't like really get with. Same thing with Blurred Lines. Like everything just felt too produced in a way. It felt like too cinematic. I felt like every song around this time needed that like cinematic point in a song, which is like good for like song structure and like building and whatever, right? But I just felt like every time I would listen to these songs, it always felt like it was building up to something and have a climax and then an end, which is probably like the best way to write a song. But like anytime I think about that, it's like every one of these songs like has that. Again, same thing with 2013. For I think 2013, 2012, and 2014 are okay. Wow. You can't really talk about 2013 without talking about 2012 or 2014. Like it's just one of those moments that are kind of closed in time of like what it was, you know, like this is like the very like hipster swag era. I'm gonna give 2013, I'm gonna put it in B tier. I think this was a decent year. I don't think there was anything too crazy, but it wasn't anything like super like remarkable. Put your flags up in the sky. 2014. Now 2014 was a time. I felt like this is whenever I really started noticing the political and economic state of the world. I'm looking at Ebola. I'm looking at the Malaysia flights. I'm looking at Crimea being annexed by Russia. 2014 video games. In terms of video games, it doesn't seem like it really did anything too crazy. They remastered The Last of Us. Shovel Knight is one of those like indie games that will forever be talked about. American Sniper. I don't understand how this movie is like so talked about. Maybe if I watch it, I'll probably understand it, but I remember this movie being everywhere, dude. What I remember 2014 being the movie of SpongeBob. Sponge Out of Water came out, and that was a fucking awesome movie. Oh, and the Lego movie came out this year too. Lego movie was fucking awesome. X-Men Days of Future Past. Dude, there's an old Facebook post of me where I really analyzed this movie. Like, I did not like this movie at all when it came out. Some notable music to be listening to is Happy, Pharrell. There's a lot of songs in here that's actually pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. We're getting into We Are Young. We're getting into those kind of songs now, I'm noticing. The Neighborhood was starting to come out right now. This is the time where young artists were really like popping off, you know, like artists that weren't really coming up. They were just making like, you know, indie songs. This is when they're coming up. You got Bobby Shmurda. You got people like fucking Aloe Black. You got people like Charlie XCX, you know, people like that who are really starting to make themselves known at this time. 2014, I'm putting 2014 in A tier. Okay, now 2015, I feel like 2015 is a pivotal year, especially it's the half-century mark, and this is where things are really starting to ramp up, especially politically in the world, man. So you get the pictures of Pluto, you get the Paris Climate Accords, Trump is elected into office. Man, this is like a turning point year. Some notable movies that come out this year. This was the year of fucking franchises, man. I tell you. You had Star Wars, Jurassic World, Avengers, Inside Out. Wasn't a franchise, but it definitely became one. Furious 7. This was really fucking good. I remember watching this one in movies as well, being really intrigued by it. Minions, that was really good. I liked it as a kid. Straight Outta Compton, though. This movie stood out to me exceptionally because I just really enjoyed watching this because I had no idea about like anything. I didn't know who Jerry Law or Jerry Heller was. I didn't know who Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, DJ Yella, MC Ren, Ice Cube. You know, I didn't know like all of those guys like legitimately. Now, in terms of games in 2015, I don't think that really anything really stood out for me. Like whenever like I was playing things. Black Ops 3 came out and I think that was the point where I stopped really caring about Call of Duty. We had Majora's Mask 3D, which was, I love Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game of all time. I enjoyed the game for everything that it was. Life is Strange was really good. I really enjoyed this one. We had Uptown Funk, Thinking Out Loud, See You Again, and Trap Queen by Fetty Wap being the top 4, man. This, what a top 4, bro. 2015, we'll put 2015 in, we'll put it in A tier because I feel like this is a really pivotal point in my childhood. The most fucking famous year of all time. 2016 happens. We get Trump being elected. Zika virus. We get the Summer Olympics. Leicester City won the Premier League, which is so fucking crazy to think about. Portugal wins the Euro. LeBron finally winning his fucking NBA championship, bringing that shit back to Cleveland. You gotta applaud that stuff, man. That is genuinely. Oh, Brexit as well. More and more again, this is whenever we start really getting into the franchise territories. You get Sing. You get Rogue One. Finding Dory was great. Civil War was one of the best Marvel films ever made. Secret Life of Pets, Deadpool, Suicide Squad. A lot of people didn't like the movie. I liked it as a kid. As a kid, I thought the movie was alright. Some notable songs. Drake with the whole fucking Views album. Designer came out with Panda. Adele came out of retirement. Chainsmokers were coming out. Justin Bieber did his like whole rebrand and shit. Calvin Harris came out of retirement. It was a great time for music that was like really, I guess, kind of like out there, kind of emotional, you know? And 2016 was also one of the times where like social media was just amazing at the time, where it was just so many things were so interconnected when it came to social media. You had like, you know, like real people just like really advancing into like the craft of what a social media post is, or like networking into like what media should look like, and what, you know, really pivotal point in that year of what it would become later on in the decade. Some notable games that came out, man. I mean, we had some really good games, Clash Royale, but most importantly, Pokemon Go, man. Pokemon Go took the fucking world by storm when this shit came out. I had fucking Pokemon Go. I mean, like, I've had every other fucking Pokemon game, but this shit, I was walking, bro. Like, I was in that bitch running. Overwatch came out, for better, for worse. Whenever I think about video games in, like, 2016, 2017, this is really whenever, like, game studios really started ramping up onto like what games should be and like what the next gen was. This was really like testing the waters at what was possible. All things considered, I think we can all sit back and agree that 2016 was a phenomenal year when it comes to culture, when it comes to, you know, things like that. But in general, I find it hard, right, to see 2016 in an S tier area, because I feel like when we speak about 2016, we think about it in rose-tinted lenses, but in general, nothing really momentous came from it. But I think that's also something that's really interesting about 2016 is the fact that it's kind of like one of those things where it's like a time capsule almost. Like everything that happened in 2016, we're talking about the Running Man challenge, we're talking about fucking Vine, we're talking about things like that. It all kind of came in 16 and left in 16. Like it didn't necessarily like, you know, everything came and then and it went like just as quickly as it came. And I think this is really the beginning of micro trends. Then more than anything, it was so cool to see like social media connect, you know, with like celebrities and mass media and traditional media. It was one of those times where like it felt like a more interconnected world than anything. And I think because of that, I'm gonna put 2016 in A, just because I feel like S tier is something that's like, I don't know actually. We're putting it in S tier. We're putting it in S tier. I want to put it in A tier, but I feel like the more I think about it, the more it just seems like 2016 was just the place to start with anything. 2017 was a crazy time, if I'm being honest. The way I think about 2017, I think this is whenever I genuinely really locked in when it came to like social events and things like that, man. Like this was really whenever like terrorist attacks and like crazy like world, right here some examples with the Las Vegas shooting, the Ariana Grande bombing, the earthquake in Mexico City, Hurricane Harvey, the solar eclipse as well. These were times where it was like almost like something was going on, man. I remember this little arc right here where North Korea was sending missiles across Japan for some reason. It was a really weird time. We had the travel ban again. This one was so crazy hearing about at the time. In 2017, we had some really good movies. Actually, no. I'm looking at this list right now and I'm like, whoa, wait. The Last Jedi. That was, again, one of the worst movies, if not the worst movie in all of fucking Star Wars. I think it's worse than The Phantom Apprentice. Spider-Man Homecoming, oh my god. The more I look at this poster, the more I'm like, oh my god, this is so ugly. I remember the whole thing whenever it came out. I remember just seeing these things and like seeing like the killer clowns or whatnot, especially in 2016. And they're like, well, it's preparation for the new It movie and this, that, and the other. And I was like, oh, It. Like, I wonder, like, I remember watching It as a little kid, but I don't remember, like, the whole thing. So I went on a huge It, like, craze, man. Like, I loved It so much. Thor Ragnarok was, again, one of those movies where I really enjoyed it so fucking much. This was a point where I'm, like, really, okay, I fuck with Thor now, you know? And mostly because they started talking about things like... Now, when it comes to music, this is where I'm really starting to ramp up when it comes to music, especially like not really from going to like not really caring to like actually like giving a fuck about shit. Like this was really my time. Like I'm really like sitting here and like really listening to stuff. Bodak Yellow. I had a really embarrassing Logic phase. If I'm being so honest, guys, I want you guys to understand this when I say this. When it comes to music, I think y'all think 2017 when y'all think of 2016. 2016 had some great music, but I think in the grand scheme of things, y'all are thinking about 2017. Because I think 2017 had so much of a better like music output than 2016 did. Like just back-to-back bangers. And I feel like there's new music coming out, new genres coming out, like standing out, I should say. And it's actually like it's staying. It's not like going anywhere. Like this was actually like it wasn't like a moment in time. These were like songs that were like generational. Like you can listen to these songs like at any point of like in time and you'll be like, okay, this is a really great song. Some examples: Humble, Kendrick Lamar. That's What I Like by Bruno Mars. Congratulations. Say You Won't Let Go. That's one of the songs where it's like you don't like that's a timeless piece of music. Same thing with 24 Karat Magic, Starboy, Redbone. Like these are great pieces. When it comes to video games in 2017, if I'm being so honest with you guys, PUBG and Fortnite. That's like the number one thing in my mind when I think about 2017. We get Battlefront 2, which was a much needed sequel. I mean, it when it launched, it was a fucking mess. It was one of the worst games ever. I think it holds the record for the most disliked comment on Reddit. But it released a mess. Breath of the Wild came out. If you guys know my history with Zelda and anything like that, Breath of the Wild is one of the best video games ever fucking made. I think Breath of the Wild is a better game than Ocarina of Time. I think this is one of the greatest games ever. ever released. If you haven't played Breath of the Wild, you are missing out on life. Breath of the Wild is one of those games where it expands your IQ. It makes your life better. You start reading, you start picking up better habits, you start, thinking about the world in a better aspect. This is one of those fucking games that changes your life, genuinely. FIFA 17. Almost apply the same thing I just said about Breath of the Wild to FIFA 17. There will never be a better fucking FIFA game than FIFA 17. There was a chance with FIFA 23. FIFA 23 was really good, actually. That was one of the more funner games.
Well, guys, I gotta pack my bags. Mexico wants me for the World Cup. Nothing big, just the greatest sports event ever made.
And then 2017 aesthetic. This is like peak Thrasher, fucking Louis Vuitton. We're talking about Hypebeast. This is the era to be doing that kind of stuff, man. Oh my god, look at this. Oh my god, look at this right here. Fucking, oh man. This is 2019. I don't know what she's doing right here. This wasn't, like, when I think of this, I think 2019 or 2018. But this right here, this was the epitome. This was it at the time. Like, if you posted this shit on Instagram, fucking 1,000 likes, 30 bitches on your phone automatically. Like, this shit was the cheat code, bro. Like, all of this right here was just so, like, or 2011 to like 2014 were like pivotal points in history, because without 2011 or 2014, you don't get the micro trends that you need in order to push 2016 into 2017. You don't get that. I'm giving 2017 an S tier. 2018 as well, one of the greatest years as well. I think 2018 is such a great year. I think, me personally, just in my life, I love 2018. The World Cup in Russia, great fucking one. Oh my god, dude, they sent the space guy into orbit. Like, 2018 was such a pivotal point in politics, honestly, because this is when everything was really going down. In 2018, we had Black Panther, which is one of the greatest Marvel movies ever made. I think it was the first Marvel movie that was nominated for an Oscar for Best Picture. We get Infinity War, again, one of the best movies, again, also ever made by Avengers, or by the Marvel. And again, we get progressively more into the era of just franchises. We get Incredibles, Jurassic Park, we get Aquaman, you get Deadpool, The Grinch, and this was a great year for music as well. It seems like Taylor Swift is really getting to like the superstar level as what she like really wanted to be. Lil Baby's coming out, 6ix9ine coming out. He was really the social media to look at. Like, he was one of the first, like, I guess I wouldn't say micro celebrities, but he was one of the first like real like social media, like took advantage of it, made everything like what he wanted just straight off social media. Migos, bro, the whole vibe of what Migos is, like the whole Culture 1 and 2, amazing albums. Like, you can't, when you look at that era, it's like Migos, rap, real hype beat shit, just things like that. And when I think about like that time, it brings back so much good memories, man. I love this era in time. This was where like I'm looking at fashion as a shit, and especially Rice Gum, you know what I mean? Like, you're getting YouTubers who are like wearing shit that now that, like, you know, you didn't even think was possible. Art hoes and shit. Dude, like, this was a time. This was the fucking time. We're gonna go ahead. Oh, wait, I haven't even talked about video games. Red Dead Redemption 2. We get the best open world game of all fucking time in 2018. I recently played Red Dead last year, finished it. That was one of the best gaming experiences that I've ever had in such a long time. I'm gonna be ranking 2018 an S tier just because it's so fucking goated. There's no way, like, you can't look at 2018 and just think like it's not goated. Like, 2018 is so goated. For real this time. Now, for the best year of all time, this was the fucking year, man. If we're being honest, man. Let's get to politics, right? Because that's you know what I'm really into, right? So we get the Hong Kong protest, right? Trump gets impeached. That is crazy. At the time, like, now that shit just happens, you know. But at the time, this is the first time that he becomes fucking impeached. Like, this is the first time a president becomes impeached since, what was it, Bill Clinton? Maduro becomes president of Venezuela. And I think this is the movie where it's like, or I think this is the year where everything here is a franchise, dude. When I think about music around this time, I'm not necessarily thinking about these hits. When I think about music in 2019, I'm thinking about the underground. And I want to check something real quick. Look at this, dude. Oh my God. When I tell you this was my life, dude, in 2017. Dude, was this my likes right here? All of this? Holy shit, dude. I love this shit, bro. Like, oh my God. We had Old Uzi, we got Buy It, we got Grow Up right here. We got some Boogie. Dude, like this was my life from 2017 to like 2019, bro. Like, dude, this right here, I was listening to your original. Okay, y'all don't know this shit because this is fucking Love Is Rage 1.5. If you was tapped in, you was tapped in. We got fucking YSL. Oh my God, Love Scars. This had Cody Shane on the cover, dude. This was so crazy. Like, you don't, like, Uzi don't be making this type of music no more, bro. Genuinely, like, you got Don Toliver as soon as he started coming out. Oh my God, dude, this is so crazy. Okay, all right, just because of that, we're giving 2019 an S tier. 2019 S tier. Now, anything after that, I'm not gonna rate just because I don't want to. I feel like the video's gone long enough. That'll be it for me though. See y'all.